Adventure lives forever. Let's talk about Van Helsing. Monster hunter Dr. Van Helsing is sent to Transylvania to vanquish Count Dracula, where he meets up with his vampire killer. The pair battle a staggering army of supernatural predators. And I got to be honest, this film is kind of underrated. I've seen it get a lot of negative reviews, with some of them I can understand why. But at the same time, this is pretty awesome. As it stars Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale, and I thought that the two were awesome. It was super cool to see Wolverine fight the supernatural pretty much, as this is also directed by the same guy who directed the first two Mummy movies, which does feel like there's kind of a bit of a connection between this and that. Possible third universe? But with how this film is, it did have some pretty cool acts, seeing Hugh fight these vampires. And also, minor spoiler alert, but we do see him fight Hyde, Dr. Hyde, in the beginning. And that was pretty cool. Like with this film, it did introduce a lot of that supernatural stuff when it came to the monsters. Because we get Van Helsing, we get Frankenstein's monster, we get Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, we get werewolves. Like with this, I'm not gonna lie, this should have been the start of the Dark Universe, as this pretty much set up everything in a way much better than that 2017 Mummy film with Tom Cruise did. But for some reason, this never got a sequel, because the action in this, it was pretty cool. There was an interesting lore and interesting mystery with the character Van Helsing, and with just how the vampires are was kind of unique. Not my favorite version of the vampires, but it was still pretty cool. With this film though, I have to admit, I do think that the vampires could have been a little bit better, because it's just how Count Dracula was. I just think that the design on him could have been better, and just the aesthetics, the style of it. I felt that was kind of a bit of a hit and miss. But with how this film was, I got to admit, it is kind of underrated, and it is just entertaining. We see Wolverine fight the supernatural, fight vampires, alongside Kate Beckinsale, and that was great. There is a part of, like, in the final act, the ending, I think did not need to happen. But with what this film did, it was entertaining, and this does start the Dark Universe better than the actual Dark Universe did. I wish that they did more with this film, made it into a franchise and stuff, maybe connected it with the Mummy, but nope. Overall, with this film, it might have not been the best, but yet it was still entertaining. But have you seen Van Helsing? If so, what are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below, and follow me for more.